Welcome to episode 43 of Mastering Fortnite Save the World, the video series where I'm completing Fortnite Save the World from the very beginning. I bought the Metal Team Leader pack and I ventured through Stonewood, I reached Plankert, and then I hit Ventures. And in this video, I am finally completing the last of the imposter missions in Ventures Blasted Badlands, the very first season that we have in Fortnite Save the World. What I need to do is to complete a power level 140 mission in Ventures. This is the highest possible level on the map, and I mean the grind is real. So far I have been sharing my entire progress throughout the game, including Ventures, which means that for a video like this, what I'm sharing is select gaming, but the rewards from all of my completed missions, so you guys can see exactly what it actually takes to reach the end of the new end, so to say. I have been playing for like the last day or so with others. Before that, I mainly played solo, and it has been amazing. I am seeing some interesting new base layouts, some new ways to design bases. Some have been super fun to play, some have been really horrible, some have just been, I don't know, people playing with what they had, which is pretty much what I am doing and what I find to be really enjoyable with Ventures. I started playing Fortnite Save the World when early access publicly launched, so it is like 3 years ago, and on my main account I pretty much have everything, and I've pretty much done everything, which also meant that all games I played were meta. Of course, I'm building the smartest base layout with the best possible traps for like least effort, highest rewards, always, because that is the way to go, that is the meta, and playing Ventures has changed that massively on this account. I also completed Ventures on my main account. It was almost blindfolded AFK through the entire thing, but playing Ventures Blasted Badlands on my newly made account has been truly enjoyable. I only have one good trap. It is a legendary flow launcher. That's it. That is it. I only have the heroes that I have been able to get since I started playing like just a little more than 14 days ago. So I don't have a lot to work with, and that has made it really fun. One thing I noticed while playing with others is that some things apparently don't really change. People tear down the bases made by others, one person starts making an AFK build, another one wants to kill husks, and communication is apparently still hard in Fortnite Save the World. After 3 years, they haven't made it easier for people to communicate. And I know that crossplay isn't really making this easier. If you're playing on a console and you have your console voice thing going on and another player like me is playing on a PC, it can be hard to communicate. You try shooting in some direction, hoping that the other dude or dudette knows what you are trying to say, and it can be a little bit messy, but it hasn't been a problem. Yes, we lost a few missions due to this in this video, actually. But considering that I have been playing like 100 missions and possibly 2 missions have been lost due to, let's go with, poor communications, it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. The good far overweights the bad in regards to this, but they could have, I mean, it's a completed game now, so we're not getting more, which is a shame because we could use guilds, we could use better communication options in the game. I mean, we have emotes and other things that can be used to communicate with, but apparently we have to make do with what we have. So it's a good thing that I really love the core game, because yeah, they haven't really made much new besides putting in Ventures. I started playing Repair the Shelter missions for like the first time in a very long time. When you're playing with a group of people you know, or you have good communications, Repair the Shelter missions are amazing because they are relatively fast to complete. You don't need that big a base, It is fairly easy to defend. All that can really be an issue is that you need to retrieve 8 modules in order to start the mission. And if you happen to be playing in groups where people prefer to farm instead of find the modules, it's gonna be a long mission, because the game won't start till you found all the modules. So like, that's the thing, and once you have them, you need to defend your objective. And if you don't find these modules fast enough, you're going to have extra waves in between that you also need to defend. So I have been staying a little bit away from repair the shelter missions because I feared it would be a thing, and I can confirm that it pretty much is a thing. For the missions I have been playing, repair the shelter has not been a good investment of my time in regards to getting the most venture experience points per minute. Not that I haven't been having fun, that's not it. It has just been pretty much what I feared. Most people farm and you can do all the work, or you can also farm, and at some point the person that is like least impatient will start looking for modules, or leave the game and hope to join a game where people find modules. So yeah. But anyway, it's not gonna be one of those videos where I talk about bad stuff in Fortnite Save the World. It's just, wow, I just had a few of these shelter missions in a row and it was pretty uphill, but it is actually one of the few only uphill things. After starting to play with others, because I have been soloing so that I knew I could like pull my weight, not get carried in the game. So I started playing with others. I enabled chat so that we could have some degree of communications going on. So a few slackers, a few leechers, that is what it is. We've had a few mainly constructors being really like grumpy old men kind of people, saying bad stuff about what others want to build, why, when, where, all that kind of stuff. But everything else has been really amazing, really amazing, and it has been amazing to make do with what you had. It is one of the things I have been loving with Fortnite Save the World, the scavenging aspect where you need to find things and you need to make do with what you have. You can't just take the best trap with the best perks and the best hero loadout and, you know, the best gun and go cray. No, that is one part of the game that can be really fun, and I also enjoy that part of the game. But scavenging, wow, I have missed scavenging. Like going around looting boxes and crates and whatnot in order to get something that may allow you to win whatever mission you happen to be in. It has been a blast. If we could have a Ventures mode where we didn't have any inventory carryover whatsoever, so every mission would be about scavenging. Of course, we would need a higher degree of loot, but that would be amazing. Scavenge, defend, that would be so fun. No schematics whatsoever, none. No traps, no weapons, just your heroes, and then like scavenge it out. It would also really add more value to the non-DPS Outlanders. And I know historically it's dangerous to say Outlanders, because we always have a group of players that if you say Outlander, they're like, oh, farmers. Yeah, I mainly mained an Outlander, and I always out DPS'd everybody else, even when I was playing with Archaeologist when she was a farming Outlander. It has nothing to do with the hero you select, how good you are to play the game, but apparently some like heroes, some classes attract some types of players more than others, and right now people are hating on Lynx Cassandra, so apparently that is a thing right now. I haven't really had any bad experiences with players that select that skin in the game, but perhaps it's gonna happen, since like one of the few things I actually read in Reddit was people complaining about people playing with Lynx Cassandra, and of course the new penny skin that Battle Royale is getting. It's but I understand why that is being bad-mouthed. It's like, wow, what the frick did they do there? I mean, I don't mind Battle Royale getting a penny at all, but at least make her real instead of whatever. But yeah, different kind of story. So scavenging, I love it, absolutely love it. And if we could have a game mode with no inventory carryover, I think that would be fun. It will also make Save the World more like Battle Royale, which I don't want it to be, because I want it to make sense to hoard stuff, which is why Storm Shield defense missions, like in the classic sense of Fortnite Save the World were an achievement. You build a big base and you need to like hoard materials for it. You lose your materials when the base dies. Like nowadays, everything is easy in relation to these missions because your trap durabilities reset every time your base gets recreated. So the scavenging part of Fortnite Save the World and the hoarding materials to make something of an achievement is gone, but it's still there a little bit. But look at this stuff here. Wow, getting my floor launcher max tiered. I have now reached the part in Ventures where I can evolve anything to 5 stars. My heroes, 5 stars. Schematics, 5 stars. Survivors, if I wanted to, 5 stars. So the only thing right now that is holding me back in relation to like boosting crazy in Fortnite is actually getting evolution materials and of course manuals, training manuals and hero manuals and all that kind of stuff, which means that yeah, I know, I also need, I also need to actually get an abundance of the legendary survivors and mythic leads and all that, but my point was I can max anything that I have. So now it's just about amassing stuff, and that is good because I love hoarding loot. Absolutely love hoarding loot. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot of llamas moving forward. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna be doing with my X-ray tickets. I also have some V-Bucks that I could burn, but once I need something, I'm probably just gonna buy it. Ideally, if I can save up for super people llamas and get some mythic leads, that would be the best, but I'm not sure I can wait that long really after having spent so much time in Ventures. I kind of feel like I need to bash some llamas soon, but yeah, we shall see what we shall see when we shall see it. Wow, crazy. These videos are getting way too long, guys. My plan for the entire Mastering Fortnite Save the World video series was that I wanted to make short videos. I wanted to make videos that were roughly 3 minutes each, and some of my recent videos, this one including, are gonna be like 10 times that, like more than half an hour. So I do apologize for that, but I didn't really know a good way to share the things that I wanted to share while staying true to the concept that I had for the series, which is I want to show you guys the road. I want to also full like a diary kind of thing. This is how I progressed. This is what I got. This is how it could be done, at least for me. At the same time, I want to be publishing videos every 12 hours moving forward, trying to have a schedule, which I've never really had on my channel. So if I were to do that with every mission I played in Ventures, well, I mean, you can do some quick math. If it's a 30-minute video just completing one mission, then yeah, it would be 10 days just to share the grind, and the event would be over by the time I could like share my progression. So I'm open for suggestions if you guys have like thoughts, ideas about other ways I could be sharing this while like keeping the interesting stuff or whatever you guys feel is interesting in there, then put it down there. I would love to know, but yeah, it's not gonna be in this Ventures because as you can see, I'm done with this Ventures right around the corner, but we're gonna be having loads of Ventures seasons. I may also decide once I have completed the game that it doesn't make any sense to publish videos this often any longer, but I wanted to not like just dump 10 videos in one day because historically you guys have not been enjoying it that much when I've been sharing like batch uploading videos. So I wanted to not do that and stretch it out over a bit more time, and I can understand that it can be a little frustrating if you want to keep up and too many videos are published at the same time. It's like then how am I supposed to keep up? I also have other things I want to watch, and I don't have 10,000 hours per day, which is also why I wanted to make 3-minute videos. Because I mean, watching a 30-minute video, I mean, yeah, sure, if you have like a break or you really just enjoy having it running in the background while you are gaming or like different things. I always personally enjoyed long videos, but yeah, I mean, it's a bit easier to stay up to date if videos are shorter. So by all means, if you guys have like suggestions for how I can move forward with the series, what makes sense for you, how would you like to see the episodes in terms of frequency, length, all that kind of stuff, put it down in the comments. I'm not guaranteeing that I can do what you are suggesting is what it is, but yeah, put it down there, then perhaps I can do things better for you and me moving forward. But for now, for this Ventures, yeah, things have been really crazy with frequent and long videos in the end, and I know it's not for everyone, so mostly I really wanted to apologize for putting so long content stuff out there that I know I know it can be a bit overwhelming. So I'm sorry, but at the same time, I hope those of you that have the time for it and the interest in it are enjoying it. As you may have seen in many of my videos, and even more of the missions that I'm sharing, I am very often the one making the skeleton for the base. I try when I'm in missions, I load in, I try to go towards the objective and start. Ideally for me, everybody does that, and we start within like 2 minutes. Game over. It has never happened. Never. Not once when I play with others. Not once, but if everybody just like went to the objective, put down 2 walls and a trap, we could be up and running in a very short time. But it's always a lot of people spending like 10-15 minutes. They need to grind something, they have their challenges, the side quests, whatever, and there is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, ideally for me, it's a hit and run kind of thing. You know, we land in, boom boom, activate the base, defend it, move on, next reward. But at the same time, I also have side quests and challenges that I want to have completed. And actually in this video, I am actually at the later part of it asking the group, because one of the last elimination things we have in Ventures is to take down 100 enemies of each element, and I believe it's a power level 140 zone. And at the point where I recorded that, we only had 1 nature storm on the entire map, and it was a retrieve the data mission. And whenever I loaded into that retrieve the data mission, people wanted to do an AFK build. So I actually ended out having to grind a little bit before we started the objective, which is like pretty much what I was talking about before, that people always do stuff before the missions. But then people wanted to go to start, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. And then I was allowed to take out husks once we were on file 15 out of 16 in the AFK build, because obviously if you take down the opponents too early, tougher ones will spawn, pretty much like defying the purpose with an AFK build entirely. So yeah, as you can see here, when can I take down the husks? This is where I'm like, I need 25 more. So we have the husk right down there. I could also just roam the map and take out opponents outside of the objective spawn, but I actually don't know if more husks will spawn for the objective if you take them out from other storms or things that like were originally on the map. I don't know how it will affect AFK spawns, so I was like, I don't want to be Dr. Douchebag leaving the objective, but at the same time, I don't want to play another mission just to get 25 kills. I mean, it seems pretty weird. We have this like game mode that is about taking down not zombies but husks, and my problem is that I can't do it because we're playing we're pacifists. So yeah, I thought it was kind of like a little fun, but again, really just brings me to the fact that communication is key. I could, of course, also just have asked before we started the objective, hey, is it okay that I just find and take out 25 additional husks? But I didn't look at my counter, so I didn't really, I should have done that. Then I could have just you know, been completely AFK like everybody else. But yeah, now I was able to communicate with the group and get my 25 kills at the same time and win the mission, and everybody was happy. So I guess that's kind of good times. But yeah, combat scores on these AFK missions are just crazy low. But look at this stuff here, 100,000 schematic experience points. It is unfreaking believable. I am going to miss getting hundreds of thousands of experience points from completing missions, 250,000, 500,000. I mean, those are the amounts that you can get from playing in power level 140 areas. And once I am done here, it's gonna be back into Stonewood. I had a mission here where I didn't really get to record anything except the loot, but it was a defeat, so nothing really cool, fun, and amazing about it as such. Eliminate and collect missions, again, just doing them really for the alert rewards. The actual mission rewards are junk, complete junk, but the alerts are completely amazing. So even though I expect to not play Ventures once I have completed it, once I reach seasonal level 50, I'm also thinking that the rewards we can get from Ventures are so high, even just for completing eliminate and collect missions from the alerts, that I'm probably gonna be zooming in every once in a while just to grab some goodies, especially make sure that I get like whatever legendary heroes and survivors the day before I gained access to a power level 140 mission. We had the Noble Launcher legendary schematic in a power level 140 mission. I just wanted it so much. It is my favorite explosive weapon, and it was there up for grabs. Yes, I could have taken in my main account and I could just have, you know, twinked myself to it, but I couldn't make myself do it. I couldn't like cheat my own my own. This was my plan for how I wanted to make the series, but yeah, it was. I really would have wanted the Noble Launcher. Now I'm probably just gonna have to research it or something, but it's gonna come at some point. I'm also very curious about some of the cool things in Fortnite Save the World. As you can see, power level 21 now. I don't know how far I can go. I don't know how much the research is holding me down. At some point, I will be able to level up all my survivors. At some point, I will probably have all legendary survivors and a few mythic leads. But how much time do I need to play? 18 days of logging in before my research will allow me to have a good enough power level to, for instance, move to Twine Peaks. Can I do it now? Or do I need to like have played for longer in order to have enough research to get enough power level to move forward? I don't know. I expect to find out. I really hope. I wanted to reach Twine Peaks like within the first month. Ideally, like if I could do it in 20 days, it would be really cool. But yeah, it's probably gonna be a long shot. But I got a siege breaker. Oh yeah! So I got my non-nocturno. I could go into Battle Royale and buy the what is it, Omega skin or stars or something that makes it look almost like the Nocturno. Just for the memes, I could do it, and then get Lynx Cassandra as well, or the new Penny, but no, not gonna happen. Have many of these shelters, look at them. I log in, and I can't even make it to the shelter before the game ends. I do not know what is going on, I don't know how, why, but I know that you do get some Ventures experience points for doing it. But it has been a massive problem for me today to try to go into these evac missions, and they just die before we can make it. Sometimes it even says the game has ended when I try, so I don't know if players zone into the game, trigger the encounter, and then leave again because nobody joins, or what happens, but it has been a huge problem and like massive frustration. It would be much better if you had to activate it. If you can, but I mean, if you can go to the shelter on your own, it's like take out almost no opponents. If you zone in and you reach the shelter, and other players zone in, suddenly you need to defeat a gazillion opponents because it scales with the amount of players in the game. So there is something a little bit off about how the evac shelters work in relation to amount of players in the group. But yeah, it's the premium completed experience, so we just need to accept it for what it is, just as with, yeah, let's build, apparently. But anyway, guys, wow. Moving so close to the end now. We only have a few missions left to go, and I do apologize for like the longer format now, where I'm also including all these score screens, but I wanted to include them when I'm playing with others. So one, thanks to the players I've been playing with that have been cool, fun, and amazing. Two, I want it to be pretty obvious that you can start a new account, go into Ventures, and carry your weight. You don't need to be an existing endgame player in order to be, like, to contribute in Ventures. You don't need a lot of schematics, you don't need a lot of anything. If you just bring your charming personality and good mood and you give it a go, then it's gonna be good. I mean, that is my main takeaway from Ventures. Sure, there are always gonna be these like meta players that only feel there is one way to build a base and there is only one trap to use and all that kind of stuff, but you can pull your weight even if you just reached Plankerton. I am, you can too. Perhaps I play longer than you can, that may be it, but this is only my, was it 18 days of logging in? You have like a month plus to complete Ventures. You don't need to rush it. I mean, that's not the point. The point is just that even if you take your time and progress, you are going to get so high rewards. You're going to get the right power level if you just invest it in good heroes and at least one good trap. You can carry your weight. If you put it into a gun, it's gonna be more uphill, because of course if you have Rex Jonesy, like every 3 seconds you can deal some damage, I believe it is, but the Paleo Luna that I'm using, damage scales with every hit that you have with your melee weapon, making it crazy. If you're using a tech hero and you get a high power level, all of your abilities will deal decent damage once you have them evolved. I do think that the only like downside to Ventures is that ranged weapon heroes are even more inferior than they were before. And I know it's a bit of a rude thing to say, because people not like, a lot of players love their guns, which is okay. I'm more of a melee player, but I've always loved a good schematic, especially explosive schematic. But having Paleo Luna in the event storm at the same time as I started a new account and Ventures came, the coincidence is just crazy, and it has just allowed me to power through so much. I'm missing Dragon Slash. Paleo Luna is not the ideal DPS ninja in terms of gameplay, in terms of abilities, but her perk is just unbelievable, and it has made it super easy and fun and casual to progress through everything that isn't about harvesting materials, because that is the only place where I've really been feeling a bit of a problem in Fortnite Save the World, Ventures Blasted Badlands. Material harvesting has been broken, and not in a good way. It has been too hard for non-end gamers to play in the higher tier maps, because scalability just hasn't been there for your pickaxe, and that has been a huge problem. Also, building health, we also had some issues in relation to when players place these structures. They are supposed to have the health and the building speed correlating to the best player, and they don't. So sometimes if a player with a low building health places a wall, it will break faster than if one with a high building health does it, and that is of course a bit of a long shot, bit of a sucky thing. But anyway, guys, wow, another huge mission. We even had a fail here, getting, look at this, almost 500,000 experience points for heroes, crazy rewards, and we are almost at the end now, reaching another Ventures seasonal level for unlocking of a new Ventures seasonal map area. And can you guess what that is? Oh, yes, you can. We are so close now. It has, I mean, wow. At this point, I was just one more mission. Will I level up now? One more mission. Will I level up now? Can I complete this directive during this mission as well? Can I do this? Can I do that? Because the progression grind is crazy. I was a little impatient here. I started the mission that not everybody was ready for, or I started the activation vote, but there was a majority, and that is what I like about the vote. I don't know why we can't vote to kick, but it's a premium experience, so it's just what it is. But we voted, it was a successful vote, so I can't put it only on my shoulders, but I wanted to move forward, and somebody wanted to build a huge base, and I mean, it's a multiplayer game. Sometimes we play with people that don't agree with how things should move on, and I really just wanted to complete this mission, and I was ready to get my harvest on, to take my scythe and just grind through these opponents. I wasn't in the mood to wait another 10 minutes for somebody to build a base and upgrade all structures, and luckily I wasn't the only one that felt that way, but I forgot to ask in the chat first, and I could have done that. Now, it ended up being probably the most fun mission I have had in a very long time, at least in the end game of Ventures, because healing that first fire element touch means I get banged whenever it touch anything, they heal up. It was crazy, especially because we have such a high power level, we have fucking crazy, we have like this way. It reminded me of like vanilla style Storm Shield defense missions where you just, pick your Sarah and just went for a cray with the neon sight. It was so fun. So, not everybody agreed this was the way to move forward. Did we win the game? Yes. Did I have fun? Absolutely. I think most of us did because it was a majority vote, but yeah, it was one of the few times where inspiration got to me and I was like, okay, let's stop am I here, and let's go. I need to move into the total of 140 and I need to win it because I need to go to bed. Maybe it is like 2 a.m. and like I said, I want to try to see if I can reach time within a month, ideally 20 days. So things are starting to get a little crazy in regards to time, but that's just like I like setting up these personal achievement kind of things for myself to like help push a little bit forward. But anyway, guys, yeah, this mission then didn't want to end. Some missions don't want to stop, some don't really want to end, but we got it. We got the win, the balloon landed, we got the data. Almost everybody was happy. That was the most important thing. Try to make everybody happy, but I was happy because I could now finally be done with Impostor. Yes. One thing left, and that was to get that last thing done. 45 seasonal level, 45 needing training manuals, needing storm shots. I mean, who needs storm shots? I don't remember when I ever needed a storm shot the last, but apparently when you're just starting evolving things and you can go from tier 2 evolution to tier 5 evolution in 2 days, yeah, then you're gonna need storm shots, but I mean, it's okay. I think I had some missions that gave like 30 storm shots, or 36 or something crazy. Others gave 11, so it's storm shots are not what's gonna be keeping me down. It's probably gonna be training manuals, but we shall see. I'm looking very much forward to the part of my grind where I need to move to time sheets because I need power level 58 to reach time sheets, and I'm only 21 or 22, so that is going to be a real crazy grind. But this is the end of the end. This is the completion of Ventures Blasted Badlands Impostor. This is the baddest lands. These are nature husks hitting me, and this is me just scything them down because I just don't care. it is a done deal now. I could leave now and be happy, but of course I have come this way. I am going to get seasonal level 50 as well, so that I have gotten every single one of the supercharger rewards from Season 1 Ventures and Fortnite Save the World on 2 accounts. I wanted to do more, but I think I'm gonna stop after 2 accounts because it's gonna be a bit more of the grind if I need to do another character and another. But my first 140 mission completed, Ventures Impostor completed. Wow, I'm amazed. Looking forward to going back to Fortnite Save the World Classic Gaming once I have reached seasonal level 50 as well. A huge thanks to everyone that has been following this series. I know it isn't for everybody. I know the videos are long and frequent, especially right now, but I really appreciate that some of you guys are interested in it and want to be checking them out, leaving comments. Like, a lot of you guys have been watching the entire video that I've been putting up based on my historical data for the previous one. So wow, you guys are simply amazing. I am deeply honored that you want to be spending so much time listening to me talk and looking at my gameplay. I am amazed. That was what I had to share in this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching. I absolutely love you guys.